picture, you see me. Hi hater, hi hater, hi hater.
It's called NCAA championships. Alright, we're going to talk about the men's first, then I'm going to get to the women. Men game, North Carolina versus Michigan State. Michigan State beat UConn, which when I finally gave UConn a chance, they finally lost. Go figure. How Michigan State do it? They did it with their defensive pressure, cleaning the boards, and pushing it. I thought the big key in the game would be down low between the beat and Suton, and Suton didn't even show up. It had nothing to do with Suton. Caden Lucas led his team to the win and to the title game, which I also stated Caden Lucas was going to have to, manage the game, manage the pace, and that's exactly what he did. He even led his team in scoring. So that's why UConn ended up falling to Michigan State. Caden Lucas' guard play was tremendous in that game. He led his team. And then you have North Carolina beating Nova. Even though this wasn't your typical North Carolina game, it was pretty ugly, they still Nova didn't even give them a challenge. Like right now, the tournament, it's like North Carolina is like an NBA team playing against all these college guys, and it's really starting to look unfair because they're not really being challenged. They haven't been challenged yet. So we're going to see what happens in this Michigan State North Carolina game. Of course, I got North Carolina. They were my pick to win it all, so there's no reason to jump off the bandwagon now. Michigan State, they might be in some trouble. If you don't know, Michigan State and North Carolina played earlier this year. Technically, it was last year on December 3rd. North Carolina beat them by 35 points. 35 points. So if that's any indication of what this game is going to be, technically, I don't think it was going to be a 35-point blowout, but I don't see it being close. I see it maybe being a 15-point win. I don't see it being a single-digit game. Many people say Michigan State is a different team because, of course, they beat Kansas, they beat Louisville, and they just beat UConn. So, and they at home. They're in Detroit. They at home. So they're going to have at least 70% of the crowd on their side. With all these factors, people are giving Michigan State a chance. And Tom Izzo is a great coach. You can't count on Tom Izzo either. But Roy Williams is also a great coach. And North Carolina is just way too deep of a team for me to even think that Michigan State will upset them and beat them. Tyler Hansbrough, this is what he came back for. He came back for this game. So if you don't think Tyler Hansbrough going to give it everything he got, you're sadly mistaken. Ty Lawson, he's ridiculous. He's pushing the ball, he's pressuring defenses, and he's scoring at a crazy rate. No one can stop Ty Lawson. So North Carolina is too deep. They're going to run through Michigan State. That's in my opinion. But Michigan State, if they want to have any chance, Suton is going to have to show up. He can't disappear in this game. He's going to have to be down low and battle Tyler Hansbrough. And Caden Lucas, he's going to have to win the battle with Ty Lawson if Michigan State wants to win. If Michigan State does these things, if Suton plays well and Caden Lucas could battle Ty Lawson and keep that battle close, then Michigan State might upset them. But I still think North Carolina is too deep. So that's what I got for that game. Next, we got the women. So in the women, you have OU lost to Louisville yesterday. And why did OU lose to Louisville? I'm really upset about that game. The reason why I'm upset, OU shouldn't have lost that game. OU was up by 12 at halftime until their coach had a Phil Jackson moment. If you don't know what a Phil Jackson moment is, go read my What the Hell blog, and it tells you all about what a Phil Jackson moment is. A Phil Jackson moment is your team is up by double digits, slowly losing momentum. The other team is gaining a head of steam of momentum. They take the lead. Then you opt for the timeout with no more momentum. The other team has all the momentum in the world, and now you're down, struggling. That's a Phil Jackson moment. Not calling a timeout when obviously you need a timeout. She did wait. She was waiting, for those that don't know, she was waiting for the media timeout. Everybody knows what a media timeout is, when you have to take a timeout, when the game automatically takes a timeout for commercials. That's what she was waiting for. She was hoping her team can get to that timeout without falling apart. But they didn't. They gave up the lead. Then the media timeout came. And once that came, Angel McCartry was just She had so much momentum, so much passion, so much fire. She led her team. They ended up beating OU. I feel bad for Courtney Paris. She owes the school $64,000. I mean, her dad was a former NFL player, and she's going to be in the WNBA, so it don't matter. But Courtney Paris, what a bad way to end the season. She's the only player in history, men or women, to have 2,500 points and 2,000 rebounds. So, congrats to Courtney Paris for her crazy career. Too bad it ended last night because your coach had a Phil Jackson moment. Next, UConn ran through Stanford, which everybody pretty much knew that was going to happen. Stanford only had Appel, and then UConn has just too many weapons. Renee Montgomery, Maya Moore, those two put up 50 by themselves, and UConn ended with 86. So them two beat Stanford all by themselves, basically. So do Louisville stand a chance against UConn? No. They've played twice, and UConn has beat them by an average of 32 points. Both times this season it's been a blowout. In one game, Louisville only scored 36 points. So do Louisville have a chance against UConn? No. And people make the same argument they're making for Michigan State. This is a different Louisville team. Because they've beaten some powerhouses. They've taken out OU. They've taken out Maryland. So they beat some powerhouses. They have some big wins. But none of them teams are UConn. UConn has beaten teams by average of 31 points all year. They're 38-0. You think they're going to fall apart in the last game of the season, especially when you have two players that can kill you, Renee Montgomery and Maya Moore? You don't think Renee Montgomery wants this win? Angel wants this win, but she don't want it. She's not going to get it. I'm sorry, Angel. You're a great player, but you're all by yourself. You're all by yourself. Candace Bingham, sometimes she can help you with 15, 16 there, but it's going to take more than a 20-point game from you and a 16-point game from Candace to beat them, because UConn shuts everybody else down. That's how they've beaten you the last two games, and that's how they're going to win this national title. They're going to I don't think they let Angel get her points. Angel McCarthy's going to get her points. Candace Bingham going to chip in a little bit, and then nobody else is going to do anything while UConn runs away and demolish Louisville. So, national title for the men's, North Carolina, they're going to beat Michigan State. That's my opinion. It's not a prediction. It's an opinion. Remember, I don't make predictions. I make opinions. And Louisville's going to get crushed by UConn. Check out TrueSportsTalk.com. Read all the blogs. Leave the comments. Talk about it. Remember, the site is not even a month old yet. It's brand new. So spread the word. I'm out.